Welcome to Zoo's Family Channel. Another day, something to learn. Welcome to the Zoo's Family Channel. Welcome to the Zoo's Family Channel. According to the International Monetary Fund, IMF, Sub-Saharan Africa is facing several challenges that affect both urban and rural areas. Here are some of the challenges and problems faced by rural areas in Africa. Extreme poverty. The number of people living in extreme poverty is projected to have increased by more than 32 million in 2020 in sub-Saharan Africa. This has a significant impact on rural areas where poverty rates are higher than urban areas. Poor education. The number of missed school days is more than 4 times the level in advanced economies. This is due to factors such as lack of funding, inadequate infrastructure, and insufficient teaching staff, which are particularly prevalent in rural areas. Limited access to healthcare. Rural areas in Africa often have limited access to basic healthcare services, resulting in poor health outcomes and a high prevalence of diseases such as malaria and HIV/AIDS. Food insecurity. Rural areas in Africa also face food insecurity due to factors such as climate change, poor agricultural practices, and limited access to markets. Limited access to clean water and sanitation. Many rural areas in Africa lack access to clean water and basic sanitation facilities, leading to poor health outcomes and the spread of diseases. Unemployment. Employment fell by around 8.5% in 2020, affecting both rural and urban areas in sub-Saharan Africa. These challenges and problems faced by rural areas in Africa highlight the need for urgent action to address the root causes and improve the lives of people living in these areas. As a language model, ChatGPT can be used in various ways to help improve rural areas in Africa. Here are some of the ways ChatGPT can be utilized to benefit rural areas. Natural language processing. ChatGPT's natural language processing abilities can be used to understand and analyze conversations between individuals in rural areas, such as healthcare professionals and patients. This can help to identify health concerns and provide appropriate healthcare solutions. Data analysis. ChatGPT's ability to analyze and process large amounts of data can be used to gather and analyze data from rural areas in Africa, such as crop yields, weather patterns, and healthcare data. This can help to identify patterns and trends, and inform decision-making for improved agricultural and healthcare practices. Decision-making. ChatGPT's ability to generate text and answer questions can be utilized to provide decision-making support to individuals and organizations working in rural areas. For example, it can be used to provide information on best practices for agriculture, healthcare, and education. Overall, ChatGPT can play a valuable role in improving rural areas in Africa by providing natural language processing, data analysis, and decision-making support. By utilizing the abilities of ChatGPT, individuals and organizations can gather and analyze data, identify patterns and trends, and make informed decisions to improve the lives of those living in rural areas. 1. I can suggest some general steps that individuals or organizations can take to use ChatGPT in their projects aimed at improving rural areas in Africa. Here are some possible steps. Identify the problem or challenge that needs to be addressed. Before using ChatGPT, it is important to have a clear understanding of the problem or challenge that needs to be addressed in rural areas of Africa. This could be related to healthcare, education, agriculture, or any other area. Determine how ChatGPT can help. Once the problem or challenge has been identified, it is important to determine how ChatGPT can be used to help. For example, ChatGPT can be used for natural language processing, data analysis, and decision-making, among other things. Develop a plan for using ChatGPT. Based on the identified problem and the potential applications of ChatGPT, develop a plan for how ChatGPT will be used to address the problem. This could involve developing a chatbot that interacts with rural residents to provide information or services, or using ChatGPT to analyze data on rural health outcomes to identify areas for improvement. Collect and analyze data. Depending on the application, it may be necessary to collect and analyze data related to the problem being addressed. For example, if ChatGPT is being used to improve healthcare outcomes in rural areas, data on health outcomes and healthcare access may need to be collected and analyzed to identify areas for improvement. Implement the solution. Once a plan has been developed and data has been analyzed, implement the solution that incorporates ChatGPT. This could involve deploying a chatbot or incorporating ChatGPT into a data analysis tool. Monitor and evaluate the effectiveness of the solution. It is important to monitor and evaluate the effectiveness of the solution over time to determine whether it is achieving the desired outcomes. This could involve collecting data on health outcomes, education outcomes, or other metrics related to the problem being addressed. These are just some general steps that individuals or organizations could take to use ChatGPT to improve rural areas in Africa. The specific steps will depend on the problem being addressed, and the application of ChatGPT. It is worth noting that ChatGPT has the potential to be a powerful tool for improving access to information and services in rural areas, as it can provide natural language processing, data analysis, and decision-making capabilities. 1. The success of ChatGPT in other industries and sectors also suggests that it could have a significant impact in African rural areas, but further research and development may be necessary to ensure that it is adapted to the unique needs and challenges of these areas. The number of people in sub-Saharan Africa living in extreme poverty is projected to have increased by more than 32 million in 2020. The number of missed school days is more than 4 times the level in advanced economies, and employment fell by around 8.5% in 2020. In terms of livelihoods, per capita income has returned to 2013 levels. URL: https://www.imf.org/n/news/articles/2021/04/12/NAR04152116 Charts show the challenges faced by sub-Saharan Africa. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.